what modifications need to be made in order to adjust to the effects of climate change, and what like green initiatives are there, like, or other methods of agriculture that you think would be effective? Like I'm hearing a lot of hydroponics and other methods such as that. Yeah, just so.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Allison Chatrchyan. I'm from Cornell University, and we're based in Ithaca, New York, and we're one of the largest agricultural universities in the area. And I'm working on policy related to climate smart agriculture, and CSA really refers to three things that you just asked about. So it's trying to help farmers adapt and increase resiliency, because we are seeing more impacts to agriculture and losses of crops, flooded fields. And then the second thing is that it's a unique sector because agriculture also contributes to climate change. So we're trying to work on helping farmers mitigate their greenhouse gas emissions. And then the third thing is that we need some areas of the world are going to be so affected that other areas need to sustainably increase their production to meet global food security. So it's really climate smart agriculture tries to address all three prongs. And so I could just tell you what we see in the northeastern United States is that farmers see more heavy rainfall events. So we've seen a 71% increase in 2 inches of rain or more in a 24-hour period. So it's when it rains, it pours, and that's really hard for agriculture because if you have a barren land or fallow land, then you are going to see a lot of erosion, runoff, loss of soil. And so we try and promote practices that are climate smart. And some of those include like improving soil health, keeping cover on the land, and that both prevents runoff and sequesters carbon in the soil. We try and promote renewable energy on farms. Using better transportation means, looking at infrastructure, and then we also see changes like longer growing seasons and more diseases and pests. And so we have developed these tools at Cornell, and you can find them there at climatesmartfarming.org. And they help farmers understand their climate-based tools. So a farmer can enter their exact address and put in what type of soil they have, and then it will give them how the climate has changed over time and what the short-term forecast is, and it gives them very specific information about their cropping systems. So it helps better manage the uncertainty.
And does this also apply to like between like both like public and like private sectors of agriculture? And are they very receptive to it? Is there any opposition that you encountered in regards to these new
ideas and new tools? So most agriculture in I would say all agriculture in our area is private sector. So it's small farmers or big farmers, but they're all individuals or individual farms trying to earn a profit. And that is actually very difficult in the United States right now, especially in the Northeast. A lot of farmers are not doing well economically. They're struggling. And so they don't have a lot of money to make changes to adapt to climate change. So it's a difficult topic to talk about with them. But what we try and do is talk about it in terms of building resilience and reducing risk. So they know the climate is changing. They're getting hit every single year by flooding or drought or new pests. And so we try and just give them more accurate information so they can make better decisions. And we don't even necessarily, in the United States, we don't necessarily even talk about it in terms of climate change. We talk about it in terms of increased extreme weather or changes in seasons or pests or reducing risk, because there can be opposition or skepticism, unfortunately. Actually do a lot of work educating youth, and that's really exciting to see. We've done we've coordinated probably 5 youth climate summits in New York State, and that's exciting to see because I think youth need to really understand the issue and feel like they can make a difference and be empowered. And you're right, it is your generation that's going to need to push governments and make change. So I tell my students, like, you can work on policy, you can work on science, but you can also be active. You can join your local NGOs, you can write your senators, you can vote. There's a lot of different ways that you need to make your voice heard.